Up next, a terrific baseball player at the University of Texas, one of the greats. If you would, please welcome Brooks Kieschnick. Come on up, Brooks. Good, how are you? See, Brooks. Grab this microphone. Well, I'll ask you the same question. I mean, Denny, growing up in Dallas, he had to go to SMU, obviously. But was there ever a time where you weren't going to play at the University of Texas?
Well, it's actually a great story. Getting recruited out of high school, you go through a process, right? And A&M came calling a little bit, and LSU, Mississippi State, and at the beginning, no Texas. And that's where I always wanted to play. You know, my whole life was, my dream was to play University of Texas. I remember being at practice one day, and my coach who's here today in high school said, yeah, you're not going to A&M. I said, well, what happened? He goes, well, they really didn't offer you anything, so you can look at elsewhere. So I did. And Mississippi State was really recruiting me hard, and one of the greatest coaches of all time there, Ron Polk, said, hey, we're going to offer you this, and it was between Mississippi State and LSU. So I actually verbally committed to go to Mississippi State. And Ron Polk was the guy that always liked to come down and sign people himself. He goes, hey, we're in the regionals. I'll be down in 2 weeks to sign you. Well, lo and behold, a couple days later, Darren Gustafson calls me, Coach Gus's son, may he rest in peace. Anyway, he said, hey, we want you to come on a visit to Texas, and, we'd like to maybe offer you a scholarship. I said, well, Darren, I said, I really appreciate that. It's always been my dream, but I'm going to Mississippi State. I already verbally committed. It's like, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but, we still, if you change your mind or whatever. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to Mississippi State, thank you. Well, 5 minutes later, Coach Gus calls, and, when Coach Gus calls, you listen, and he goes, I go, Coach Gus, I really appreciate it. I've always wanted to go there, but I'm going to Mississippi State. He goes, Kieschnick, if you were buying a Cadillac, and he said, I'll buy this Cadillac, I'll sell you this Cadillac for $35,000, and he said, okay, I'll be here tomorrow to buy it. You walk down the road, same Cadillac, same car, buy it for $30,000. Which one are you going to buy? I said, well, I'm going to buy the one for $30,000. He goes, I'm offering you a better deal. You need to come to Texas. I said, yes, sir, I'm in. So they flew down the next day, signed me, and I was signed, sealed, and delivered, and thank God for it.
Yeah, I can tell that he had an impact on you, Coach Gus. Talk about that, though. What that impact was like.
To play for a all-time legend like Coach Gus was just... It was amazing. I mean, the way he commanded a room, the way he commanded anything. He walked in the locker room, and it was, it was like E.F. Hutton. You hear a pin drop. It was, you listen to him, and he not only taught you a lot about baseball, he taught you a lot about life as well, too. And I remember as a freshman, him calling me into his office after I had a pretty awful game or something. He goes, Kieschnick, I tell you what, if you keep playing like a freshman, you're not going to play here. And I go, I am a freshman, So I had a lot of time, with Coach Harmon as well, who's here today as well. And the thing about the coaches at the University of Texas, they always got the best out of their players. It wasn't just me, but it was everybody around me as well. They knew how to get the best out of you.
When you think about getting the best out of you, the best player at the University of Texas every year is honored with an MVP award. Whose name's on that award?
Oh, that'd be mine, and I want to, I told Coach Pierce that it's such a great honor. He's here today as well. That's something that, will be there for forever, and it's very humbling, I'm very honored to have that award named after me, and I think, Coach Pierce has been there a couple of years, and you've already seen him went to the Super Regionals, been to the World Series, and I think things are going to continue to get better there, but to have that award named after me is something very special and dear to me.
When you talk about advancing in postseason, you had a chance to go to Omaha. You had a chance to play in the College World Series. Can you put that in perspective for folks who have never been, what that's like?
Well, when you go to the University of Texas, you expect to go every year. And it was so funny. So my freshman year, I think, and Coach Harmon can probably attest to this, I think that was our best team, and we actually did not go to the World Series my freshman year. We ran into Long Beach State, who had, I think, 3 out of their top pitchers were all in the top 5 rounds, but one bad hop in center field, and we're going home. And it was the game to go to Omaha. But to be able to play in it in 92 and 93, it's just a tremendous experience. You know, when they say, you know, is this heaven? No, this is Omaha. You know,
right.
The line from, you know. But it really is. It was a pinnacle of baseball to play at Rosenblatt Stadium and the crowds. I mean, you know, Texas, don't get me wrong, we had great crowds. You know, we get 5,000 to 8,000 people. But in Omaha, you're playing in front of 20,000 people and standing room only, and just they expected Texas to be there, and we were lucky enough to go, you know, 2 times in a row and had a little bit of success. Not obviously what we wanted, but it was just a tremendous time.
Brooks, the game has become so specialized. Even at a young age, kids specialize in one position or play one sport or things of that nature. When you got to the bigs, you moved around a little. You played multiple positions, and you pitched. I mean, what was that like? And we don't see that anymore, man.
You know, so in college, I was lucky enough to be able to do both. I got to pitch and DH, but when I got drafted as a hitter by a National League team, well, I didn't have a position. So they go, hey, you're going to play left field, you're going to play right field, you're going to play first base, even tried me out at third base. But, you know, I wasn't really fleet of foot, you know, wasn't really that fast, so first base would have been a great place for me to play. But when you play behind Mark Grace, and then you play behind Sean Casey, then you play behind Todd Helton, and then you play behind Richie Sexton, I mean, pretty good chance you're not going to play first base in the big leagues until those guys retire, and they were all pretty young when I got there. So, you know, so when I go to Milwaukee in 2003, I'll back up a little bit. In spring training, I got sent down from a big league camp from the Indians, and they said, hey, we're going to send you to AAA. I was like, you know what, I want my release. I want to pitch. And I said, what? I said, yeah, I want to pitch. And he goes, well, you haven't pitched in 10 years. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I don't have any regrets in this game. So they said, hey, we want to watch you pitch. They go, no, we're going to go ahead and release you anyway. We got plenty of guys that throw 90. And I said, all right, well, can they get anybody out? And I walked out. No job, new house, just moved to San Antonio. I go, honey, I'm coming home. She goes, what happened? I said, well, I asked for my release. I'm going to pitch now. She was like, you're going to pitch? Are you kidding me? I'm like, no. She goes, all right, come on home. So I was just sitting home for a couple of weeks, and a buddy of mine that I had played with the Cubs was a pitching coach for the Brockton Rocks. It was an independent team. So I went up there for a couple of days and worked out, and then the White Sox called, wanted me to DH, and I said, the only way I'm going to go DH for you is if you let me pitch. And they're like, yeah, whatever, come DH, we'll let you pitch. And lo and behold, I was there for a couple of weeks, DHing, and actually probably hitting the best I've ever hit because I wasn't really worried about hitting, I wanted to pitch. So I wasn't thinking about it. And finally they let me pitch, and throwing harder than I ever threw in my life, and still hitting, and became a free agent after that season. And Milwaukee called Doug Melvin and said, hey, we want you to do exactly what you did last year in Charlotte, but we want you to do in the big leagues with the Brewers, and that's how it kind of happened.
It's been an amazing run, hasn't it? It's been a fun run.
Amazing run. You know, I guess when I look back on things, would I have liked to get 500 bats in the big leagues and see what I could do? Sure. But for me to have that opportunity to go back and pitch and get to the big leagues as a hitter and then get to the big leagues as a pitcher as well, and then be able to do both, it was something that I'll never forget, and hopefully open the door for a couple other people. I mean, you got Ohtani coming in, you got a couple of kids getting drafted that are they're allowing them to play both ways. So if it changes the game a little bit, maybe it'll be good for some of these kids that maybe they're not the best pitcher or the best hitter, but they do both pretty well, and it might, you know, let them have a chance to play in the big leagues.
Who knows, they may name an award after you for that, too.
I don't know about all that, but
Ladies and gentlemen, the latest inductee to the Southwest Conference Hall of Fame, Brooks Kieschnick.
I just want to thank my family for being here as well. All my family and friends that came in from San Antonio, Austin, all over the place. Thank you so much. Love you.